How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. This is, of course, a Black Lives Matter, All Cops Are Bastards, and trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, get the fuck off this channel. This is Barry Season 3, Episode 3. What the fuck was this episode's name again? It is Ben Mendelsohn. Ben Mendelsohn. Absolutely zero ideas, not a fucking guess. I mean, new character, I guess, but a whole first name, last name, it's not even like they're all Ronnie/Lily or Forgiving Jeff, but probably an extremely minor character, extremely minor. That seems to be the thing for this series. Forgiving Jeff, I feel like, was a pretty thematic title. Limonada, not so much at all. So, yeah, I can't think of another meaning for Limonada. So, yeah, this one, very minor character. The name is also, like, spelled not how you would think for, like, an American name, I would guess. So, I don't know. But yeah, no guesses. If you want to get the full length, check it out on the Patreon below for $4 a month. No early access for this one. It's coming out as soon as I can get them out. I'm recording this Monday, so hopefully it'll be up very soon. Go check the reaction in the description, because I wanted to host these on YouTube, but man, they are getting these, like, HBO is really cracking down hard on these, so I gotta do reacts. So, I'll watch the reaction in the description below. Let's go. But God, as I said multiple times during this reaction, this season is the absolute, like, fucking, every single plotline going on is as interesting as every other plotline going on. Every time we cut away from one, I go, no, I want more of that. And then it takes you about 1 second to be like, never mind, I really want to know what's going on with this plotline right now. I mean, even stuff like the, I can't remember her name, but the actress who is in Sally's whole show, like, her plotline is very slowly becoming more of a thing going on, like, even, like, separate from, like, the Sally stuff. It's all intertwined, but you know what I mean, like, focusing on her reaction to stuff. And even that now is, like, when we cut away from it, like, no, but this too! And, like, man, I would not have expected that. Every single thing is so good. Again, Cristobal and Hank got a real Romeo and Juliet thing going on right now, which I absolutely love. I mean, my favorite shit when it comes to romance is tragic romance, so totally into this. And again, that guy, the main guy of the Chechens, is on to Hank. He knows, but why is he not saying anything? Is he going to use it as leverage, or what? And what was their plan with Fuchs? Like, what do they think is going to happen just by Fuchs coming here? That the Bolivians would just, you know, kill Fuchs and be done with it? Like, why would that be the case? Or that, like, I just don't know what they would be planning there. I have no idea what. Maybe it feels like I'm just, like, overseeing something. If somebody could explain that to me in the comments, I'm just overseeing something. It's not supposed to be like a, what are they planning there? Because yeah, I'm not sure. Either way, it's all like just seeing Hank and Cristobal really trying to hold the forces aside, and Hank is actually doing a really poor job of it because, you know, he's just not a good orchestrator, versus, like, Cristobal is just, you know, trying to appeal to the logistics side of things, and that is making Fernando just, like, be like, yeah, okay, we're not going to do this. I like Fernando's character a hell of a lot. Like, you know, I really, every time we get these, like, high-up people, I always expect them to be more caricature-ish, but they are not. They are just excellently done characters, just like everybody else is. And Cristobal putting in some insanely good acting this season. Really good. Everybody is. But yeah, the whole stuff with Barry and with Kusino is, like, just more of that, like, having to imagine yourself in this position, as insane as it is. You're never gonna get this in any other show ever. Like, the fact that he is being blackmailed with I guess not blackmailed, but like threatened with his son and his grandson dying, and the like guy who is basically putting the gun to him and his family's head is here with him along everything, just trying to be buddy now. We just moved past this. I've got you a role. Let's practice our lines together in a 2-role thing that is so similar to what they have, going on right now. And like, how do you, in that moment, where you would be basically saying this to Barry himself, and I like that we get the line reading ahead of time so we know how the scene's supposed to go, and then just, punching him and fuck you, don't you talk to me or my family ever again. And Barry took that he didn't immediately go to the family or anything like that. Barry is now taking up the Hank job. He is having that conversation with Fuchs of, he will never forgive you. You will not be able to get past this. You are insane to think that this is just, water under the bridge at this point. It just doesn't work that way. But also, Barry was able to infuriate Fuchs so much with that possibly being the case, even though, of course, Fuchs is right. It's going to get under his skin just because of the way Barry said it so naturally, and he thinks that is the case and everything, and, just the way that Barry accidentally is manipulating Fuchs is perfect. Because he doesn't mean to at all. It's just so accidental. And I wonder if Laws of Humanity is just going to use that scene. Like, they might be like, oh, damn, that was actually a pretty powerful thing. But also, I imagine they might just go, oh, that's, Kusino being Kusino. That's the kind of thing he's always done. Just wants to, doesn't give a shit about the script. Just does his own thing. I could absolutely see it being that sort of thing as well. I hope next episode we get a bit of like Hank and Cristobal together again. I really like what they're doing separately right now, but I also want to see them together again. I hope we get some more of that, and I hope it doesn't end too tragically. Like, I love the tragic romance stuff, but at the same time, I want them to be happy. So worried. I don't know who I'm more worried for, Kusino or Hank and Cristobal. I mean, or Sally as well. Like, Barry's gonna do something. We've been building it up for 3 seasons that Barry is going to fucking snap and do something to Sally. It's been a through line for the whole show. I feel like it's gonna happen. And Chloe, is that her name? I could be wrong with that, but yeah, she could tell. She can tell. Oh, I'm astounded by how much they're bringing out the best acting in everybody this season. Like everything is this perfect match of comedy and extremely good acting drama. Like, the previous 2 seasons have been very much more heavy on the comedy, and because we have the acting class, there's so much like, you're a good actor because you're acting this in a bad way, and that's the point. Like, we had so many purposely bad actors, versus now, goddamn, it's just like, this is the season of, we're going to make sure every single role in this entire show is getting to do their utmost. Which really makes me think this is the final season. Again, I don't know if that's been confirmed or not, but I'm just guessing. The set design is incredible. It's like, truly, every season is monumentally better than the previous. Looking at season 2 compared to season 1 is like night and day. Now comparing season 3 to season 2 is night and day. And honestly, I don't like comparing shows to other shows all the time, but again, comparing Barry to the Breaking Bad stuff, like, I have not been this invested in multiple plot lines going on at the same time since Better Call Saul. I'm very excited to get back to that show at some point, but, like, goddamn, just, and that's 2 plot lines mainly. That's like 2 characters' plot lines that are going on, where every time they cut between them, I'm like, I don't know which one I'm more interested in right now. I just want more of both of these right now. And Barry is doing that with like 6 different fucking plot lines. I mean, mainly our big 3 would be Barry, Kusino, and Sally. But then you also have what's going on with Fuchs. You also have, dividing it between what's going on with Sally and what's going on with Chloe. And, like, there's just a lot going on right now. The press junket was as good as I would have expected, better than I would have expected. I thought we were going to get like one, daytime talk show sort of thing. We get the whole, like, going into the room where just people are coming in like a fucking rotating door, and who do you want to be the next Spider-Man? Ben Mendelsohn. Okay, I gotta look up Ben Mendelsohn. Who is Ben Mendelsohn? Is that a real person? It does seem like this is a real person. Who is this? This is the next Spider-Man. Okay, he was the Skrull from Captain Marvel. Of course, that's how I know him from a fucking Avengers movie. But what else has he been in? I don't know. I don't know many actors, to be fair. I mean, yeah, I would not know this guy from fucking anything. I have no idea who the hell this guy. I mean, I know him as Talos, and that's it. That's it. Oh, which is even funnier to me now. That's like, yeah, make the next Spider-Man somebody who's already an actor in the MCU. I do also want the case Cake Walls, the new Avenger. Oh. Also, man, the scene we got from Kusano, learning a little bit more about Janice, putting two and two together, about the Fuchs stuff, and like the I said it at dinner, and that's why she suddenly learned on you that day, that's why she died that day. Because, yeah, what has been going through his mind about why Barry did this? Why that day? What happened? Or was it just because it was so in the woods and a like, place away from everybody, that's why he did it then? But, God, is he just a psychopathic killer that just killed somebody for no reason? Like, I mean, he had to have known because she was a police officer, she was onto him. It had to be that. But still, like... But yeah, I also appreciate Barry being one of the series that... when you have series that are like a streaming, thing, where you don't have to have it on network television, so it doesn't have to be a set 22 minutes or a set 44 minutes. You can have it be any running time. And this is something I've talked about across many reactions. It's something me and my fiance talk about a lot because it bothers us so much. Of like, when you can have any running time, most shows, for some reason, err on the longer side of things. Like, oh, we don't have to have any running time, so we'll make each of our episodes like 50 minutes, an hour, over an hour, and stuff like that. And it's like, sometimes that can be good. Some shows can pull that off very well. But I appreciate that Barry does that of like, oh, okay, so let's make like 30-minute episodes. And then this one was also like, about like 23 minutes or something, relatively short, way closer to like a normal episode of television, which made it feel quite short. But again, it could go a little bit over. It's not like every episode has to be plus 30 minutes or whatever. Like, it's however long the episode needs to be. And I really, really appreciate that. There's so little series and I don't know why, because you would think that's way more you have to film, that's way more that, like, you have to edit, and you have to put effects on, and all this stuff, that it's, like, costing you so much more money. Why would you not err on the going shorter side? I don't know. But either way, it's something that always bothers me, because then it feels like a lot of things can get, like, dragged out when it doesn't need to be, because you're, like, just going for a longer running time, or, like, well, because all of our episodes are around 50 minutes, we should try and make this one also 50 minutes, and it's like, yeah, you don't need to. So, although this episode felt very short, I do appreciate it being like, well, why pad it out, why add in more stuff, or, like, end it at a worse place, let it go on a little bit longer, and stuff like that, like, it ended where it needed to. We got the Panther army, about to fucking... How is he going to bring a bunch of Panthers on a plane or whatever? Like, how is this going to happen? How is Fuchs going to do this? I don't know, but I fully believe that he's going to be able to pull it off. Somehow. And also, whenever there's, like, a shorter episode like this, whenever a show actually does that, where, we're going to make this episode a little bit shorter, usually means that the next episode is going to be an absolute fucking banger. Which, how is that even possible with how good each of these episodes are? Oh, sorry, just burped. But yeah, how is that even possible? Every episode has been astounding, and yet when we have an episode like this, that's a lot of setup, but not a lot of big, holy fuck moments. It makes me feel like next episode's gonna be a big one. This is a lot of, we gotta do these scenes, but none of them are big and bombastic and everything, so next episode's going to be the episode of Shockers, for sure. So, I will see you guys for that. Until then, get the fuck out of here.